I guess I should look up. How do you pronounce pancit?
PANCIT.
Oh, it's pancit.
Yes.
On our Twitch cooking stream, we had a loyalty point system called fishcoins. And if you got enough fishcoins, you could use them to redeem for something to help me figure out what to cook. So a lot of the redemptions were cookbooks that I already own or countries where I'd have to choose a recipe from that country's culture. But if you really racked up a ton of fish coins, I'm talking like 10,000 fish coins, then you could choose a specific recipe for me to cook and I'd have to make it. So that's where today's recipe is coming from. This comes from one of our viewers named Bus Driver, and he was by far the viewer who had the most fish coins in our stream. And he actually has done a bunch of redemptions that you'll be seeing coming up because he just had so many fish coins to use. But he redeemed the choose a specific recipe redemption, and that's what we're doing today. So today we are making a pancit recipe that Bus Driver chose for us.
Woo!
Yes! We had a ton of Filipino viewers on our Twitch stream, and this is one of those recipes that they would always bring up whenever I talked about what's your favorite dish from your childhood, what's your favorite food, what's your favorite noodle dish. It was always pancit. But for some reason, we just never really got around to making it. And I don't know why, because it's a stir-fried noodle and meat and veggie dish, and what's not to love about that? So finally, we are being forced into making something that we're probably gonna enjoy quite a bit. So I'm not complaining. This pancit recipe starts with chicken. You dice it into cubes, and then you marinate it overnight with some garlic and that teriyaki sauce that we made in the last video. So that's why we were making the teriyaki sauce. Keep in mind, our version of the teriyaki sauce does use extra garlic and ginger, so it's gonna be even more flavorful. But I am definitely of the opinion that you can never have too much garlic. We love garlic around here, so we are adding just as much garlic as is called for in the recipe. But if you are not so much of a fan of garlicky flavors, then just kind of keep that in mind when you're making this recipe, whether your teriyaki sauce does have garlic or doesn't have garlic, and adapt as needed. Next, the ingredient that is most important to pancit, the noodles. I've seen a lot of recipes with different types of noodles. It's not always rice noodles, but those are the most common, and that's what we're using in today's recipe. You soak the rice noodles in warm water because you want to soften them, and they're not gonna get like too soft. We'll still cook them a little bit, but this means that we don't have to worry about boiling them, and they also won't stick together as much as they would if you boiled the noodles. Drain the chicken, and you can discard that extra teriyaki sauce, which seems so sad, but that's what the recipe says. And then you're gonna brown it. So that's why you're discarding the extra sauce, is because you don't want it to just kind of steam or boil. You wanna get that nice browning on the chicken. Next, it's veggie time. We've got cabbage, carrots, and onions, and of course more garlic. All of that gets chopped up and then stir-fried. Soy sauce for extra umami, and then that browned chicken goes right back in the pan. Lastly, add in those soaked noodles, a little bit more soy sauce, mix it all together until it's this wonderful, delicious yum. And that's your pancit. use a little bit of green onions, a little bit of lemon juice for garnish, and voila, it's time to eat. Pancit's done. We've got sun.
It's tasting time, baby.
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 Boop.
It's my chopstick also.
Oh.
Just go with it. Because
Okay.
you didn't give me a fork. So,
did not.
so I'm just gonna
This
use
may have been
I'm just
planned.
use the best utensil in
All
the whole
so
wide world.
It's chicken
Chicken.
and
So these are
noodles and
teriyaki
veggies.
chicken, right? And that's rice noodle with teriyaki chicken. There's a little bit of a dropping everywhere. I'll just eat this. See, this is what happened when you don't sub to this channel. All I can eat is just a little scrap that Allison dropped on the table. That's it. So Allison, tell people what's going on here. So we got carrot, we got
carrots and
lemon.
cabbage.
You
There's
spray a
lemon
little
juice
bit
on
of
top.
lemon juice on top, right? It's
So the recipe called for lemon juice to be sprinkled on top. Excuse you. And I thought it was going to be a little odd, but it actually works really, really well.
That's
And it's
tasty.
actually not really surprising because Filipino recipes, they tend to have a lot of sour.
Yes.
The tangy sort of sour aspects because like adobo uses vinegar.
Yes.
So vinegar is in a lot of Filipino recipes.
Yes.
This recipe
good.
doesn't have any vinegar, but adding that lemon juice
Yes.
on top of it at the end kind of gives that little bright sour tanginess that is so common in Filipino. Am I gonna get any more?
No.
Okay, so common in Filipino food. I really like the chicken. The chicken's really good.
But yeah, shout out to bus driver for redeeming this because this is really good. I don't think I've ever had pancit before in my
We've
life.
never had pancit before.
Pancit. Pancit.
I looked it up
Yes.
before
I don't think
because
I
you
never had
noticed
it
in the
before.
teriyaki chicken
Yes.
recipe I was pronouncing it wrong, and I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it.
I really like the I should swallow before I talk.
You should.
You swallow before you talk.
It's true.
I really enjoy
life
the
lessons.
noodle
Yeah.
and how thin it is. It has this texture that's really interesting to my tongue. It's a little bit tangy, which works really well with the teriyaki chicken, which is garlicky. Am I repeating everything you said on? Okay, the teriyaki chicken is on the previous video where you did the teriyaki sauce for the chicken. It's been marinating, so it's very rich. The chicken's very rich.
Because the sauce has a lot of sugar in it. It's got the
Yeah.
shoyu.
Rich.
It's got the garlic
Sweet
and ginger.
sugar, yeah.
So it's very, very flavorful and very rich.
Yes, and the pancit is a little tangy, so it works all together. It works really well. It reminds me maybe like pad thai, right? Like a little bit of a.
Kind of, sort of.
Because I'm eating
Sweet
this.
and sour.
Yeah, sweet and sour. And I'm eating it. I'm thinking, is there a pancit version where there's shrimp instead of
I don't know. I've seen a lot
chicken? Because it probably would work too. Like
Probably.
marinate the chicken.
Sure,
I mean
it'd
the
be
shrimp,
delicious.
and use the same. Do it the same way that you do with chicken.
But like I was saying earlier, there are a lot of different versions of pancit.
Oh.
I've seen a lot of different. So sometimes they'll use thicker noodles.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll use different meats.
I kinda wanna
Sometimes
try
it'll
with
be
thicker
even.
noodle.
I think there are even versions with like egg noodles instead of
Yeah.
rice noodles.
Yeah, it is a little bit rich.
It
It is
is.
a little bit rich. It's
is.
very.
So I think it needs the lemon juice
Yes.
and the green
yes.
onions.
Yes. And if I were to eat this at home, because I like rich, flavorful food, but sometimes it can be a little too much, right? And I like to eat a lot. So when I eat a lot, I'm probably gonna mix this with a little bit of white rice. It's probably gonna.
Isn't that such an Asian thing to put
Rice and
noodles,
noodle?
noodles over rice?
It is
because my family does that too. We make a spaghetti
Your
casserole.
family's Asian?
Yeah,
Wow.
surprise, surprise. I know none of you realize that
Wow. Leave a comment below.
because I look white. But my mom makes a spaghetti casserole
Yeah.
and we eat it over rice.
Yes, that's right.
So-
I
got
have been
that.
over your house and I
I
have.
don't think I've actually ever made that, but
I've
my
been-
mom makes it.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, it must be because we eat everything with rice, so it doesn't matter. You know.
Other people are like, that's so weird. Why would you mix carbs like that?
Yeah, you have noodles already. You have nudes already. Why would
But
you put rice and
no,
nudes?
It works,
No,
especially
yeah.
when the noodle dish is
It's-
on the richer side.
Yeah, then it cuts. It's kind of balance it out, and you need that for that kind of thing. But yeah,
But yeah, going into this, I was not sure what to expect from this recipe.
It's really good.
Because I've never made pancit before. I've never had pancit before. I'm gonna be honest, the picture on the website looked pretty bland. I was not excited about that picture on the website.
What do you think about
really
our
good.
picture though? Because if you got to this point, you've seen all
the prep and everything.
All the preps and all the artistes.
Do not smack me again.
Artistes.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that sub button and come back and see more of our food videos. And like this video if you enjoyed it, because it does help our channel grow. And if you want to help support our channel, we have a Patreon, so you can go subscribe over there and help us make more food.
Yes, please. Leave a comment too. This is Allison's first time walking, ever. Actually, no, it's not. It's not.
First time.
Leave a comment anyways. Let us know how was walking go. And we'll see you on the next time.
Did I walk well?
You did, Allison. Even though your name is not Sun, it's not walking with some sign. Anyways, goodbye. Welcome to Sushi Day. Are you sticking your tongue out, man?
I would never lick you. I don't know what you're talking about. We've got Sun.
It's tasting it.
It's what now?
Cut, redo it. It's tasting time. I feel like I have something on my teeth. Is there something on my teeth?